In a quiet village surrounded by tall, ancient mountains, where mornings arrived slowly and evenings stayed longer than they should, lived a man named Ethan. This village was small. Everyone knew each other. Everyone worked hard. Everyone had purpose. Everyone, except Ethan. While farmers woke before sunrise, while shopkeepers prepared their goods, while children walked to school with hope in their eyes, Ethan slept, not in a warm bed, not in a house filled with dreams, but on the roadside, on the same dusty ground. Every single day, people passed him. Some laughed, some shook their heads. Others said nothing at all, because they believed one thing: Ethan has already given up on life. Ethan was not always like this. Once he had dreams. Once he tried, but failure came again and again and again. Each failure took something from him. First his confidence, then his effort, then his belief, until one day, he stopped trying at all. "It's too late for me," he would whisper. "I'll start tomorrow," but tomorrow never came. Tomorrow became weeks. Weeks became years. And slowly, Ethan disappeared while still alive. One afternoon, under the burning sun, as Ethan lay asleep beside the road, an old man stopped. He did not laugh. He did not judge. He simply stood there, watching. The old man's clothes were simple. His face was calm, but his eyes carried the weight of many years. He gently tapped Ethan with his walking stick. "Are you resting?" the old man asked. "Or are you hiding from life?" Ethan opened his eyes, annoyed. "Let me sleep," he muttered. "There is nothing waiting for me anyway." The old man smiled. "That is the lie that is destroying you." Ethan tried to ignore him, but the old man sat down beside him. "Tell me," he said quietly, "if you continue like this, where will you be in 5 years? Ethan didn't answer, because deep inside, he knew the truth. The old man leaned closer and said, "You are not tired. You are afraid. Afraid to start small. Afraid to fail again. So you choose to do nothing and call it waiting." Silence filled the air. Then the old man said something Ethan would never forget. "Do not wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die." The next morning, for the first time in years, Ethan woke up early, not because he had motivation, not because he believed in himself, but because the old man's words would not leave his mind. He looked around. He had nothing. So he started with the only thing he could do. He picked up a broom someone had thrown away and cleaned a small corner of the marketplace. No one asked him to. No one thanked him. But that day, Ethan did one thing. Just one. The next day he returned. He cleaned again. The day after that, he helped carry water. Then he helped arrange goods. Then he fixed a broken table. No one trusted him yet. People whispered, "Let's see how long this lasts." But Ethan remembered, "Don't wait for tomorrow. Work today." So he did. Every day. Small work. Simple work. Honest work. Change is not beautiful. Change is painful. Ethan's body ached. His hands blistered. His mind told him to quit. Many nights he wanted to go back to the roadside, but he refused, because for the first time, he saw something different in the mirror. Not success, but effort. And effort became strength. Months passed, then a year. People noticed something strange. Ethan no longer walked with shame. He walked with purpose. He saved every coin he earned. He learned how to trade. He learned how to speak to customers. He learned patience. Slowly, the man they once laughed at became the man who never stopped working. One morning, the village woke up to something unexpected. A small wooden shop stood near the market. Above it, a simple sign. "Built today, not tomorrow." It belonged to Ethan. It was not big. It was not fancy. But it was his. Every nail, every board, every coin used to build it came from days he refused to waste. Years passed. Ethan's small wooden shop grew. More shelves, more products, more customers. Soon, people from nearby villages began to travel just to buy from him. The once quiet street became alive. Merchants opened stalls, farmers found new buyers, families found work. The village that once laughed at Ethan now grew because of him. And every morning, before opening the shop, Ethan would stand outside and look at the old sign, "Built today, not tomorrow," because he never forgot where it began. One afternoon, a young boy stood outside Ethan's large shop. The boy looked nervous. He looked lost, just like Ethan once did. "Sir," the boy said quietly, "I don't know what to do with my life." Ethan smiled. He closed the shop early that day. He walked with the boy through the village, showing him every place where he once failed, every place where people mocked him, every place where he chose to try again. Then Ethan said, "You don't need the whole path. You only need the first step." The boy nodded, and that day, a new story began. Years later, Ethan grew old. His hair turned gray. His hands became slow, but the shop never stopped growing. One evening, he sat outside, watching the sunset. The same mountains, the same village, now full of life. The boy he once helped now ran the shop. The old sign still hung above the door. And as Ethan closed his eyes, he whispered, "I didn't wait," the villagers would later say. Ethan was not remembered for his wealth. He was remembered because he proved one simple truth: a man who begins can change not only his life, but the lives of everyone around him. The village woke up to silence. Ethan's shop did not open that morning. People gathered outside, confused. The boy who now ran the shop stood at the door, his eyes red with tears. Inside, Ethan lay peacefully, as if he had simply fallen asleep. Beside him was the old wooden sign, "Built today, not tomorrow." The villagers filled the street. Farmers, mothers, children, travelers. Many of them owed their lives to the man who once had nothing. The boy stood before them and spoke. "He didn't give us money. He gave us courage. He didn't change the world. He showed us we could change ourselves." They buried Ethan on the hill overlooking the village, the same hill where he once sat, lost and hopeless. And that evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, the entire village closed their shops early, not for mourning, but to go home, to start something new, to stop waiting. From that day forward, every child in the village grew up hearing one story of a man who had no talent, no luck, no special gift, only one decision: to begin. And years later, travelers would still visit the village and ask, "What made this place so successful?" The villagers would smile and point to the old sign above the largest shop, "Built today, not tomorrow," because in that village, people did not wait for tomorrow. They built their lives today. The life you want is built on the days you don't feel ready. Start before you believe in yourself.